Welcome to the capital city of the United States. We're in Washington, D.C. as Group D play continues for the FIBA Women's World Cup qualifier. You are looking at Team USA getting ready to take on Team Puerto Rico. Despina Barton here alongside Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national team player. Natalia, today we are getting a rematch of the AmeriCup Championship. Tell me what stands out to you and what we will see here today.
Hello, Despina, y hola a todos los que están en la casa viéndonos. It's a different case, Despina. It's a whole different case. This Puerto Rican team is not the same Puerto Rican team that was in San Juan. Only 5 players are back here in Washington. In the case of the USA team, none of them were in San Juan. But what can we expect? We can expect a great game. We know USA have dominated Puerto Rico for so long. I don't expect tonight to be different, but I do expect a nice game in between these two teams.
And Team USA, they've already sealed their ticket to the World Cup in Sydney. That's because they won gold in Tokyo. Right now, Puerto Rico is trying to get one win at least out of this tournament. They still have Russia on deck tomorrow. But here today, it is Puerto Rico with a steady concoction of players that they had in that AmeriCup. But you're right, Natalia, USA is going through a transition period right now, and this is going to be head coach Cheryl Reeve, her second at the helm for Team USA. And before we get going, we are going to sit back and tune into the MC here for the introductions for our teams. First with the visitors, Puerto Rico.
Number 24, Jasmine Guapney. Number 25, Isales Quiones. Number 41, Francis Lee Flores Velez. And number 91, Michelle Gonzalez. The head coach of Puerto Rico is Gerardo Batista. And now let's meet the home team, USA! Wearing number 4, June Lloyd. Wearing number 5, Kelsey Plum. Wearing number 7, Ariel Atkins. Wearing number 12, Chelsea Gray. Wearing number 13, Stephanie Dolson. Wearing number 15, Alicia Gray. Wearing number 23, Natasha Howard. Wearing number 24, Dorica Marie Hamby. Wearing number 32, Kayla McBride. Number 41, Kelsey Mitchell. Number 43, Alisa Thomas. And number 54, Riona Jones. The head coach of the USA is Cheryl Reeve.
And the official flag presentation and national anthem here first for Puerto Rico.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthems. We start with the anthem of Puerto Rico.
And now for Team USA here as the host nation.
The anthem of the United States of America.
Such a prideful moment as we got to look at Team USA and Puerto Rico just moments before this contest begins. The three you are looking at on the screen right now are tasked with calling this game. Martin Vulic, Wasim Hussaini, Arianda Chuca Moreno, and Natalia. These two, the last time they met, it was a close contest. In fact, Team USA beat Puerto Rico 74-59 by 15, but the separation didn't happen until the tail end of the fourth quarter.
Yes, it was a great game. It was one of the best teams that I ever seen Puerto Rico playing against the USA, but we have to remember that back then, the group that was playing in San Juan, there you see the starting five: Jennifer O'Neill, Pamela Rosado, Arela Girantes, Jasmine Guadmi, Isali Quiñones. They were together for 2 years without stopping, playing. This is a whole different situation. There's 7 players that are new in this team. That's the bench and the coach, Jerry Batista.
Yes, Coach Batista has been here now for his 8th season. He really took over and installed a new attitude. In fact, he led this team to their first ever Olympic appearance in Tokyo last year, and they're coming off a silver in that AmeriCup tournament back in June.
They were in the Olympics for the first time, in the World Cup for the first time, and they beat Canada for the first time in history as well. We were there in that AmeriCup.
Team USA, a very different look here today, but these are the same starting five: Lloyd, Atkins, Gray, Hamby, and Thomas. Worth noting, Ariel Atkins, WNBA champion out of this exact gym. She won a championship in 2019 with the Mystics. This is how Team USA was successful yesterday, and they're sticking with the same starting five for head coach Cheryl Reeve, making her second appearance leading the national team here for Team USA, but she's been on the coaching staff for a very long time, part of the unit that went to Tokyo and won gold in the AmeriCup. She's a 3-time WNBA Coach of the Year, 6 WNBA titles. We can keep talking about her all day.
Yes.
But this is the task she's had to do. Put together a team in a hurry, 5 days in training camp. Natalia, how difficult is that to gel and understand what talent you have?
And it's pretty hard. People think that because you have so many stars, because all of these players, they are all professional in the WNBA. Many of them have experience overseas in Europe, in Asia, in different continents. These are players that have a lot of basketball in their knees. Sometimes people think that because you have a talented group, it's easy to coach them. Well, it's easier than when you don't have talent, but to make them play as a team, to find that chemistry, and to come, because we have to remember, this tournament is huge. And after this, they're going to go to the World Cup in Australia. It's good quality of basketball. It's not that easy. There's a lot of, players come to the court, Despina, they practice for 2 hours, 2.5 hours for 2 weeks, but coaches go home and don't sleep planning on what to do.
And this USA team had a 19-point advantage over Belgium, and that dwindled away to 9 before the contest was over. So Coach Reeve asking her team to play a whole lot more solid defense and keep their foot on the gas. That is not what she saw from them yesterday.
They struggled on the first quarter. That's one of my notes here, with the long defensive rotations. They were stopping that, putting a lot of pressure on the point guards. First pass, a lot of pressure. But then when Belgium was attacking, that rotation, that third pass, that fourth pass, they were a little late. Of course, they made the adjustments, and they look way better on the second part of the game. But that was expected. That was expected. When you play your first game in this level against Belgium, it's not any team. It was Belgium. That's normal. That's normal. But USA have the talent, and they do have the power to make adjustments throughout the game, regardless what the game shows them.
And we'll get set for jump ball is Elise Quiñones going up against De'Erica Hamby, and Hamby easily will get things going for Team USA. Their captain, Chelsea Gray, running point. She's a member of the Las Vegas Aces. Pull-up jumper, a miss, weak side rebound. Good start for Puerto Rico. That was one of the keys of the game. They knew to get out in transition, they need to take care of some rebounding here today. Guatney squaring up with Hamby. She'll create some space, mid-range jumper, it's a miss. Thomas spinning attempt won't go. Guathmy running. Puerto Rico working around the horn. This is the youngest player on the team, Garantes. Area going straight to the rack. No, it bounces out. On the flip side, Atkins, the lefty, jumper's good from the elbow. She knows this gym very well.
Yeah, that was a good screen. She had enough space. Isales was there, but not close enough. She's a good shooter. First 2 points of the game.
O'Neal spent a lot of time at the University of Kentucky doing exactly this, pulling the trigger on the 3-ball. Hamby calls for it, 1 dribble, power play in, 2 points for Hamby.
That's something we will see happening a lot in the games. USA, play in the inside game against Puerto Rico.
Double team comes up, trying to split through Garantes, and a foul is handled. A holding call against USA.
But with the ball, great pass to Hamby. Not a lot of defense there from Isales.
Rosado, the longtime captain of Puerto Rico. Quick switch for USA, not letting up their defensive pressure. They know O'Neal's got the shot. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. Gray surveying. Feed down low, mismatch. Thomas hangs on, O'Neal hands over the foul.
And Jennifer did what she had to do. She was trying, to front her, because once she receives, she'll be a problem. So Jennifer was trying for her not to get that ball. And yes, that was a foul.
Cutter comes through, tosses out for better shot. Jewel Lloyd gets it. USA up by 6. Garantes trying to create Guathmi, sending her through. Mid-range jumper, baseline, sunk it.
And that's a very hard shot from Jasmine Guathmi. That, it's a very difficult shot to take, and she's very effective on it.
Inside out game, Hamby going at Guathmi. Fun match, feed to Thomas, put in on the left. Everybody getting touches here early.
And Puerto Rico will have to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to double the girl on the post, or are they going to play one-on-one? Isales tried to double there. She showed herself there.
Gray on getting on this. Tipped away. Good hands in the middle by Thomas. She'll get the feed back right to the right. Garantes slowing things down. Isales Quinones lets it rip. We saw her hit one yesterday. 2 days ago against Belgium, so you have to defend her. Meanwhile, coming down, Ariel Atkins, 4 points for the Washington Mystics guard, the youngest player on this roster for Team USA, Natalia.
Yes, and Puerto Rico had to ask for the timeout because USA, it's looking very comfortable on the offense. It's very impressive how everybody's touching the ball and everybody has been involved in the offense so far. Too passive, nothing is going on in Puerto Rico's offense right now. There's a lot of one-on-one trying to play, some open shots, but on defense, they are way too relaxed. That was a great move there. She attacked the middle of the basket. Boom. 2 for her.
And Atkins, just being 25 years old, Coach Reeve talked about this being her second stint with Team USA and told her straight up, you're the veteran now.
Yes.
Let's go on double track, right? If your play is hedging, you have to do a short roll first. So she has a player to pass, okay? Not, then you keep going, okay? But almost a double drag and then move. Keep moving the ball until we find a good shot, okay? But play defense. Come on, play high, aggressively. Come on.
USA is doing that hedge on the pick and roll against Arela. And when you have players, post players like USA have, 6'2", 6'3", they're really tall. When they do hedge to you, they're so tall, it's really hard to see what happened. And he says if they continue doing that hedge, you move the ball. If not, then you're going to continue trying to play that one-on-one. But the main thing is defense. You're not playing defense enough. Go harder.
Now, while this is the last contest here in Washington, D.C., this Group D play will move down to Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Tomorrow, Russia and Belgium. And then on Monday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, that's where Puerto Rico will look to get a victory and maybe earn some love on their way to Sydney. Quinones throwing up a Hail Mary. Tracked down by Gray. She'll let the Stampede go past her. Feed down low, no look to Hamby. Wow. And that's why Gray is the captain of this team.
That was gorgeous. And the way you had to give credit to Hamby too, because she runs down that floor like she were a guard. She finished with contact.
3-point play complete for Hamby.
She was the WNBA Sixth Woman of the Year just last season.
Atkins on Garantes, great hands tucked away from Thomas. Atkins, jumper good. She's hot today. 6 points for Ariel Atkins.
Another turnover for Puerto Rico, that's their second one.
The lead pushed out now to 13. The defense, this time Quinones flashing on time.
Arela gets so much attention offensively that everybody else needs to put themselves in good positions to receive that ball. But she needs to be aware, if she have 3 defenders, somebody's going to be open.
Lloyd gets in on the action. Jewel Lloyd, the 28-year-old guard from the Seattle Storm.
And she have 4.
Rosado mishandles here. USA does not miss a step. Hamby going at Quinones, left, no good. Lloyd pulls it down, we'll try it again. Atkins inside. Turn, spin, take. Hamby unsuccessful. Guathme here. We'll try to find something going for this Puerto Rican squad. Garantes. Tightly guarded there by Thomas, and again the double team.
And that's the plan of USA. Every time they know, because Girantes play in NCAA, she play in the WNBA. They've seen this girl. She's no stranger to them. She knows how good she's capable, to put the ball on the floor and create good things on one-on-one. So every time she gets that pick and roll, they are hedging first and then doubling her.
Hamby steps off, so does Chelsea Gray, and welcome to the court, Kelsey Plum for Team USA and Brianna Jones. Hilaire new for Puerto Rico. The shifty guard gets it to O'Neal, top of the key. That one needed to go down.
Yes, and they need Jennifer to get involved in the offense.
Lloyd goes right, blocked by O'Neal. Guathme there for the cleanup. Garantes making a move on Atkins, takes it to the rack, and that was a beauty. Kiss off the glass.
1-on-1, she's danger.
Skip past corner. Open look for Lloyd, makes him pay. Jewel Lloyd.
They were miscommunication there. They were supposed to be on off one-on-one. They changed the zone. Lloyd doesn't need that much space. She's very effective. She gets space, she's gonna shoot the ball. She's probably gonna make it.
O'Neal pulls it up herself. Again, trying to get something going, Natalia.
I think Puerto Rico it's a little desperate in offense. A lot of one-on-one, not a lot of movement of the ball. I don't know. Everybody needs to touch the ball, but they cannot stand still in the line waiting for the ball to get to them. They need a little bit of more of movement offensively. Puerto Rico on a zone.
Shot up from the wing, off front rim, going and crashing the boards was Jones, and USA comes up with it. The foul being called against Hilaire.
Yes, and that's her first personal foul. Also her first experience with the national team. In the last competitions, Olympics and World Cup, she was part of the national program but didn't make the team.
Skip pass again, Lloyd open. And just the strength, Plum over
With her
the
hand.
arms of Gonzalez.
Yes.
Four seconds on the shot clock. Lloyd taking it from deep, but doesn't matter. Another three-pointer for Jewel Lloyd.
This is Lloyd's show. Her second three-point shooter shot of the game.
10 points, 2 rebounds for Jewel Lloyd. Carantes to Roma. Back inside. Hands are better from Brianna Jones. And you know what? Coach Reeve wasn't happy with this USA defense. And you know what? Puerto Rico is going to be the beneficiary of seeing everything they have.
Yes.
USA now hitting from Kayla McBride.
And that's the third triple for USA in the game.
Lead up to 20 here with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. You're watching the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament.
And that's another turnover for Puerto Rico, their fifth. Their rotations of USA are spot on today. There you see. That was a beautiful step back there. Another pass from Plum. Open shot. Everybody from USA getting involved.
Plum came in yesterday, produced 16 points, 3 assists and a steal in under 16 minutes. Jones one-on-one with Quinones. Open look, wing shot, it's in. Brianna Jones for Puerto Rico. Maybe this is a new contributor.
Yes, yeah, well, she's a very offensive player, but it's her first time too with the national team, so it's gonna get her, some time to get used to this FIBA basketball.
Wow, and another chance, Brianna Jones just crashing the boards. Plum alone, had her hand at it, and guess who came in swooping? Alicia Gray. So now Gray on the free throw line, chance to make it a three-point play.
It was a good shot by Plum. She was open, good offensive rebound there. That's USA's 5th offensive rebound.
Alicia Gray, a part of that 3-on-3 gold medal squad for Team USA in the Tokyo Olympics. In fact, there's 4 members from that 3-on-3 team here competing in these qualifying tournaments. Gonzalez slipping through 2 white jerseys. Comes up empty. Plum keeps pushing. She's one of the most versatile and endurance athletes on the floor right now.
Yesterday, Despina, she played only 15 minutes, but she was fired. As a matter of fact, when Team USA was struggling, it was Plum that came into the court and changed the energy of the game. She established that fast break game. She's so smart, and she got everybody involved. This is a super player. I love seeing her on 3-on-3 as well.
Plum makes them both. Currently on the Las Vegas Aces roster. And she's got a pretty big social media following too. Over 400,000 followers on Instagram. Gonzalez tripped up. They're gonna call the foul. Yep, against McBride here.
McBride is not happy about it. That's her first.
About 14 seconds separates the game clock and shot clock here in the first quarter. Gonzalez takes McBride, skips over Guathmy in the corner. No, she won't take it. Instead, Gray with her fingers in the honey pot. Four seconds on the shot clock. Hilaire having to do it. Pulls up from the top of the key. Oh, inside out.
They needed that, huh? Almost.
Some type of momentum
Yes.
grabber here. So here we go, another chance for Puerto Rico. End the quarter on a high note. And the size, Natalia, it looks like Team USA is laying a blanket over their offense.
I have to tell you something. Their side and their strength, and you don't see many often tall players that can defense as well as the girls, the American girls do.
Plum's attempt is no good, but they're still smiling because they're up by 25 points after the first 10 minutes. Team USA 33, Puerto Rico 8. Natalia, not the start that Coach Batista wanted, but certainly Cheryl Reeve lit a fire under her team.
Yes, it's not the first game for them. They played yesterday against Belgium. It was a high-level game, a lot of energy. It was a difficult game. So they came here way more ready than they were yesterday. And you see it in their numbers. So you see it in their percentage. They are just dominating those rebounds, 14-7. Best plays from the first quarter. Ball to Lloyd. Hamby there with 2 points. Again, Thomas Cotton, great pass. Jewel Lloyd. It's been a show today. Great with the ball. Great passer. A no-look pass. Boom, Hamby. Points 3 and 4 for her of the game. Hamby again. Ariel Atkins, 101. Everybody that's been part of this USA team. Inside of Hamby, playing 1-on-1 against the Jasmine. Great pass, great cut as well. You gotta move without the ball. Good job, Alicia Thomas. Girantes, there was a hedge there. Good pass. Isali Quiñones, her first 2 points of the game there. Jasmine. To Arela. Arela 101, attacking Atkins, using her body, using her shoulders. That was the best place for the first half, and the stats there, Despina.
Yeah, I mean, what stands out for you, Natalia, this group, and we knew when Puerto Rico went up against Belgium, they only had 6 assists and 6 scores, but I just want to take some time while this QR code is up on your screen. Everybody watching at home, go ahead, pull your phone up to the screen because this QR code will take you to the official FIBA website. That's where you're going to find comprehensive blend of content. We're talking news, stats, photo galleries, and video highlights. And if you're not already following us on social media, please go do it like right now at FIBA WWC on Instagram and Twitter. And this is a high-stakes tournament. 16 teams across the globe right now are competing for the 12 spots in the lineup to play at the FIBA World Cup in Sydney, Australia. Games in Osaka, Japan, Belgrade, Serbia, and of course here in Washington, D.C. in the United States. Howard streaking, extra pass made. Beautiful. Jones, the finish.
That extra pass, most of the time will make you pay.
And maybe some people are wondering why Team USA is even playing at this point, right? You've already secured your World Cup bid. But Natalia, talk about how important it is to get these reps up and down. And we know Team USA is going through a transition period right now.
Yes, they are. And you need to give this group of players the opportunity to be in this scenario. You really want to see them because imagine they always win. Most of the time they win the Olympics. Most of the time they miss, they win their World Cup. Then what kind of tournament they will be in? They already qualified, so it's okay. I think it's a very good thing to develop these players even more in this level.
Dorantes with another great look at the hoop, but having to create and do so much to get there.
Yes, her points at 3 and 4.
Puerto Rico talking a little bit more on defense here. That's what a made bucket will do, but McBride, wow, trying to kill any type of confidence. Jones being smothered. Wins out is Natasha Howard. She'll take it up hard on the left, draws the foul. Howard, a 6'2" forward who plays for the New York Liberty.
And everything started from the defense. Look at the defense. Look how beautiful that is. Hands up, hands up. She's so tall, long hands. Got this ball, I'm gonna attack. Beautiful. And Natasha Howard have a lot of experience overseas. She played in Italy for Venezia, in China with Xinjiang. She played in Russia with the Dynamo, which is a very famous team in Russia for girls, for men and for women. She also played in the Yakindoglu in Turkey, and she played in Elit Sur in Israel. So you have Israel, Turkey, Russia, Venezia, Xinjiang. She's been everywhere.
And now back home, she grew up in Toledo, Ohio, and played for the FSU Seminoles in Florida. Just a little bit south of here. Yeah, but these teams only have had 5-6 days together tops. And you're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't, what systems to put in place. And for Puerto Rico, they want to see themselves in Sydney. And this is a tough pill to swallow to face the USA before Russia.
It definitely is. You know, Belgium already, they played yesterday against the USA. They are already in the Dominican Republic.
Yep, tomorrow we will see Belgium and Russia play. Garante's drawing 2 big jerseys. That means Quinones is open. More of that.
They need more of that because Girantes, 3 players are doubling her. Not 1, not 2. Everybody's, but like I said, you have to place you know, yourself in positions where she can pass you the ball.
A rare mishandle here by Alicia Gray. A turnover for USA.
Look at that. She have great. 3 players collapsed on her. Then the one that was down there had to get out and defend Isalis, Jasmine, thinking she was going to shoot the ball, and then Isalis got open.
Gray will take a breather. Jewel Lloyd comes back out. Lloyd, a former first overall pick in the WNBA. Meanwhile, O'Neal, you're looking at being guarded closely by Mitchell Jones. Little counter shot goes in. 2 points for Jones.
Puerto Rico started way better in this second half. In 3 minutes, the score is 6-4 USA.
Posting up, Jones back out to McBride. Wing shot misses. She'll get to shoot 3 because Guafmi was all over her.
That was an unnecessary foul there. Jerry's not happy about it, but yes, it was a foul. She pushed her hand.
So you'll see a lot of Kayla McBride here for a moment, the 5'11" guard. The 29-year-old plays for the Minnesota Lynx.
She also have a heavy resume. 3 times WNBA All-Star. 2 times Turkey Super League champion. For those of you that doesn't follow FIBA basketball, international basketball that much, Turkey is a very solid league. But she was also the Euro Cup winner on 2017.
And she comes off the bench for Team USA.
Do they have a bench?
It's the depth. And you know what? Coach Reeve was talking to me yesterday. She said, you know, the identity of this roster right now is the strength is really on the perimeter.
Yes. And
in the fact that they have such a deep bench. It's hard. They don't lose much, right, Natalia, when there are substitutions that need to be made?
No, because they have 5 starters because only 5 players can start. You know, any of these players can start, not only in the USA team, in any team of the world. We're talking about 12 amazing players, complete players.
Garate's turn, shoot right off the inbound, tracks down her own rebound. Gives it up and falls off the fingertips of Roma. So we're gonna have a backcourt violation.
And that's another turnover for Puerto Rico, number 8.
Mitchell to Lloyd on the curl. And instantly USA calling out the defense and matchups. O'Neal trying to survey. She's got Jones in front of her. The other Jones, her teammate Jones, Brianna Jones drills it for 3.
And now Jones is the go-to from Puerto Rico. Very good job from Jennifer there, attacking and looking for her.
And Brianna played at Georgetown, not too far away from here. Brianna Jones, a miss. Garantes gets it back. Shot clock at 7. Guatney. One dribble pull up on the left. It goes down. You're gonna count it, and she's gonna get a free throw.
I think that's a 6-0 rally for Puerto Rico. Arela to Jasmine. And that's all, you know, Jasmine usually do that. She likes to dribble at least once before she takes that shot.
So checking in for Team USA is Alyssa Thomas. And then the first time we get to see Stephanie Dolson today. The New York Liberty Center, former UConn player. Guatney making it a 3-point play, so the lead now cut down to 22. It inflated quite a bit. Skip pass.
Wow.
Movement on point for USA. McBride takes the shot. No. Garantes rebound. We're moving with Puerto Rico. O'Neal fighting for it, and the official says she was the last one who touched it.
Turn number 9. Too many.
High, low. Dolson kicks it to Mitchell. That one's way off. But I think the Garantes had an impact on that. Doesn't matter. USA staying after every ball. Mitchell
Beautiful.
right down the gut. Lays it in for 2.
Those are her first 2.
Faking the handoff here. Guatney sticks with it. And a kickball against USA.
Great move. Went off the ball. Defense came out of balance. Mitchell decided to attack. She finished with 2 points. Very smart.
I would love to see O'Neal to start getting hot from
Yes.
3.
And that's something Jerry Batista was saying right after the Belgians game. Brett, she hurt you. This team needs her. For those who follow this Puerto Rican team knows that Jennifer O'Neal is just, you know, it's their main offensive weapon.
Lloyd sits, waits, shoots, misses. Jones quickly gets it to O'Neal. Calling for a screen. Also trying to shake Mitchell. Right past Dolson, takes baseline. Who's waiting? Garantes. Guatney, deep. Can she hit it? No. Dolson now, the center, taking a 3 ball for Team USA. They'll reset. Another chance. Head down, Mitchell lifts it in. Again, 2 big draws for Mitchell right at the rack.
Madre mia, what can you do against that? There's nothing you can do against that. She had 5.
And for Kelsey Mitchell, the 26-year-old, man, she sees an open wound and knows exactly where to go. Puerto Rico calls a timeout. And we're going to try and get in this huddle for you guys. Listen in to Coach Jerry Batista. A replay here, though. First, Mitchell. High fives around.
We need to move and we need to move, right? Pass the ball here. She's coming. We need to bump it. This is what we have to do. Here, you don't come on top. You go here. Opposite has this one. Then you go like, okay? Pass, you move. Now you go on top. They pass the ball to the side. You go like this. Bump. This all the play has to be like this. Okay? So we need to bump and move right away. Okay? Not changing. Okay? Opposite move and open. Okay? Move that side. Here we go.
He's insisting it's not only move the ball, people have to move. You have to move. And I believe that in this second quarter, Puerto Rico have done that a little bit better in the sense of moving the ball around.
Puerto Rico down 24 points to the #1 team in the world, Team USA. They're the reigning FIBA world champions, the Olympic champions. And at this point, they're showing us it doesn't matter who suits up. They know how to win, and it's unselfish basketball, Natalia, based off defense. Mitchell on the receiving end, she's got 7. But nothing changes for USA.
Now, 10 turnovers, and I will make you pay for each turnover you made. USA have 11 points from the 10 turnovers that Puerto Rico have done in this game.
And all 3 white jerseys are crashing the boards. Lloyd creating her own. Jones there for the rebound. Puerto Rico will keep a lid on their own basket. The percentage from the field.
I'll tell you now, it's 32%.
Dolson attempting to add another 3 on the board for USA. Garantes right off of Atkins' shoulder, and she hits it for 3.
And she has 7.
I mean, the weight on her shoulders right now needs some help. Turn and shoot, Ariel Atkins. Puerto Rico will take that nice exhale. One-on-one, they clear out for Garantes. Baseline shot in and out. A couple of those we've seen. Mitchell, catch and release. Nine seconds on the shot clock. Jones calls for it. Quinones there for the putback on the weak side.
And she was totally open there, Isalis.
Dolson catches them sleeping.
You really cannot negotiate anything with this USA team.
No slip-ups. Quinones on the give and go, draws 2, and Lloyd hands her a foul. Quinones.
Jones, totally open. Isalis was right there, no box out from the USA. Great passing, great cut by Dolson. Jones was a little late there in defense. And this is only the second visit of Puerto Rico to the free throw line. The first one was Jasmine Guathby on that three-point play. And now Isalis.
You talked about the shot selection in the first quarter, being a little bit desperate. Those 4 shots, you know, we haven't seen as many here.
No, but they still, you know, they gotta continue moving the ball because when they've looked better is when they, you know, attack the gaps and somebody it's open on the one-on-one. Puerto Rico doesn't have that much too. Plus, a 23-point basket doesn't exist. You have to go to make 2.
Open look, Lloyd set, a miss. Good hands by Thomas, sticking around, being a little pesky. 7 seconds left in the half. Garante spins, move, not successful. This quarter and this half ends with a loose ball. Team USA out in front by a lot. It's 49-27. Natalia, what is working so well for Team USA?
Everything is working very well for them. The movement of the ball, their intensity on defense, their dominance on the board. That second unit came and maintained the level of energy and excellence that the first 5 players were doing. They are shooting 64% from the field. When we talk about the rebounds, they are also dominating that 24-22, but they have 8 offensive rebounds. They are pushing Puerto Rico to make turnovers, and they are making baskets after that. They have 13 points from Puerto Rico's turnover.
You look at these stats toe-to-toe. I mean, the USA is able to score from the outside. They're hitting their free throws, and the shot percentage, Natalia, like you said, it just is so much higher. Surprising here, I mean, not with the assist because we saw Puerto Rico just could not dispense of the ball the other day against Belgium. But Team USA continuing to stick to what works. Yes,
they do. And I have to tell you something. They started very good from the 3-point line. They had 3 of 17. Right now, that's the only stat that I will tell you because Puerto Rico were in a zone. That's why Puerto Rico keep playing that zone because they are not hitting those threes. They are 3 of 17. They are only shooting 17% from that. So that's something that probably coach will be telling them. 16 assists. But most of those points comes from fast breaks. They have 18 points from fast break. Puerto Rico don't have not even 1 point from fast break.
This Team USA led by as many as 29 points here in the first half. At this moment, they're up by 22. But I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas here, Natalia.
No, we heard what Sherry Wilf said. This is a very proud team. They are, you know, the physical condition is so well that they can play at 100% throughout the whole entire game, and the rotations are long. So everybody, you have fresh legs playing. I'm sure they will come out with the same intensity that we saw in the first part of the game.
And these are the first half best plays. Quinones getting into the action, finding some opportunities, but not as of, you know, just as of late. Garante is just having to work too hard, Natalia.
Only 5 players from Puerto Rico have scored. Only 5. Arela, Jasmine, Brianna, Jennifer, Anisalis. And when you see the USA stat, 12 players, 11 players from 12 have scored at least 1 point.
The distribution, the depth on display for Team USA. If you're Puerto Rico, Natalia, yeah, I know you said there's no 23-point, you know, basket, but there are ways to chip away at this.
Well, I think what they need to get better, and it happens exactly the same thing with Belgium, they need to stop the turnovers. You have to make decisions quick. You're either going to shoot the ball or pass. If you're going to play one-on-one, then play one-on-one. But don't hesitate, because that's what's causing so many turnovers. They have 10 already. That's exactly what happened against Belgium. That zone is working very good. That zone is very good, so I expect Puerto Rico to keep doing that.
All right, it's halftime here. Team USA out in front, 49-27 over Puerto Rico. We'll be right back with more action.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands. It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Atkins passes it all the way to Plum on the opposite side. A beautiful curler in for Plum.
Louis puts it on the floor, to the lane, for 2 and 1. And I don't think I can describe it any better than you just did. There's a team with heavy legs on the floor and they're in red.
Fair, will it be her third three? Yes, it will. Wow. Goodness.
Wow, what a deep Charlton has to throw up the 3, gets it!
Unbelievable. Carlton, sensational shot with the shot clock running down.
Oh, behind the back pass, a little bit of razzle-dazzle from China. How about that? Wong.
Shot clock is expiring. And what a shot!
Gotta get the 3 or they're gonna foul him so they don't let him take it. Nope, they get the block shot, and that's how it finishes, incredibly. Well, Serbia's defense in the end.
Easy pass, they go for the flare, they don't get it. 2 on 1, going the other way. Umoto on the penetration goes upstairs. With a pretty play for 2. And Tokashki gets Japan rolling.
Shot clock winding down.
Like this. Oh, you have got to be kidding me! Johannes outdoes herself yet again. Okay, she's got to hurry, Mukamara. She does get it off in time. Oh, she's done it! Promise of Mukamara! A 3-pointer just as he crossed half court. We have seen some basketball magic right here.
Welcome back here inside the Entertainment and Sports Arena in Washington, D.C. I'm Despina Barton alongside Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national team player, and you are watching the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. For all of you guys listening in from home, 16 teams across the globe are competing right now for one of the final 12 spots to go to Sydney, Australia this September. Games in Osaka, Belgrade, and of course on the floor right now here in front of us, Puerto Rico and Team USA. We're going to show you who was rocking it in the first half. And for Puerto Rico, this young woman right here, Garante, is leading the way in scoring.
She's one of the best for Puerto Rico so far with 7 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. She's very strong. She's a guard, but she's tall, and she's, she have a good foundation. She likes to attack. Many tools offensively. Her favorite attack is through the baseline, And there you see it again. On one-on-one, she will always attack. Most of the time, she will attack you on one-on-one.
And for Team USA, they've had a lot of scores. Until you said 11 of the 12 on the roster are on the board. We're just going to show you this one. Jewel Lloyd, the 28-year-old guard, showing lots of different things.
And she's been the player from the USA that have taken the most shots. She's not, yes, she had 4 off 11, only 36%. She had 10 points and 3 rebounds. There you see it, 1 assist. Because every time she gets an open shot, she'll take it. She have the green light from Sherry Reeves. Again, right in front of Varela Girantes. There's nothing you can do against that because she was right there. Defense was right there. It was just better offense. Again.
And she was the one they had a lot of eyes on because no Sue Bird, right? So Jewel Lloyd was going to take over a lot of the backcourt duties, and she was a part of Team USA back in 2018 when they won the World Cup. Her and there was one more. Yes, and Kelsey Plum, both a part of that 2018 Team USA roster that won the World Cup. And you were there, weren't you, Natalia? You saw these games?
In Spain?
Yeah.
No, I was doing that, but I didn't went to Spain. I saw it from, I was at the qualifier in Belgium. So I saw Puerto Rico qualify to that tournament, also Belgium and Japan. You know, we were close. But it was an amazing tournament, It was so good to see Diana Taurasi, Super, you know, there's so many stars in this USA national team program.
And for Puerto Rico, they're just trying to get to Sydney, right? And that takes at least a victory here in this tournament. And their journey continues. So next, they will face Russia Monday and Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. So they are going back to the Caribbean to finish out this group play. And meanwhile, Team USA, we've known what they've done, right? They've sealed their ticket to Sydney. And this will be the conclusion of their presence here at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament in Washington, D.C. And they've been gracious hosts.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something. You know, you were asking me later on what does this USA team gets from being here if they are already qualified for Australia for the World Cup. Well, you know, if we think about the players as individuals, we know USA have maybe more post players that will, I don't know, other players that probably will want to go to that trip and will go to practice and they will call them. So what they do with this type of tournament is showing the world and showing Cheryl Reeves, I belong on that World Cup. Not only here, I want to be on that team, count on me. So I think it's a personal challenge for them as well. Besides being in the USA team, they know they're going to win. They are dominating so far in a very comfortable way. But as a player, your name, you want to put your name out there. You want to be the next Super. You want to be the next Diana Taurasi. You want to be, you know, you want to be that name.
And there's evaluations happening, you know, evaluation after evaluation. And Kelsey Plum and these women, they want to be, like you said, Natalia, they want to be a part of that roster that gets to go to Sydney, Australia, and make the cut. This is, yeah, adding to their resume. And I did see there's a lot of fans here in Washington, D.C. And walking back from my halftime, very short break, Natalia, I fell and met Kelsey Plum's an uncle of sorts. And so they are here. They live in the Maryland area, and they wanted to see Kelsey play. They're dear friends of the Plum family. And you know, the support is there. This new era of players for Team USA, they're arriving.
They are.
And the fans are getting on board.
Yes, definitely they are. And we are able to see them not only in the WNBA, but all around the world. Some of them play in both leagues. You'll see them playing, you know, the WNBA, and after that, they go to Russia and play. They play to Italy and play. They are impacting the whole entire world with their talent. And that's a most. That's a most, not because they expose themselves out there, but because the Russian players, the Italian players have the opportunity to play against players like this. So I think it's pretty cool. It's amazing.
And Puerto Rico coming out of this half, they understand that with the limited time playing together, they're getting different things out of this game as well, right, Natalia? They will face Russia in a couple days, but the continuity, the evaluations, Puerto Rico's looking to make the most of this time.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you can do. You know, keep trying and keep playing. I was telling you how hard it is for Puerto Rico specifically. This happens when you see, usually when you see the 16 better team of the game of the world, you always see 4 teams from America, and you see Brazil and you see Puerto Rico. The difference between Puerto Rico and Brazil is that most of these players only play locally. They don't go to overseas to play, and their leagues is very short. Let's say maybe 3 months and a half. So you see this team of Puerto Rico, you have 5 players that are overseas, but the rest of the 7 players, their league finished. It was only a 2-month league. It finished on Christmas, so they were at home training, but they were not playing basketball, and that will always be a problem. So that's something I think this country needs to work on.
So we got to listen in there as Cheryl Reeve rallied her troops and gave out assignments for Team USA. It's a completely new coach, complete new roster. 8 Olympic golds and FIBA golds reside on this team. And overall, Team USA is 39-0 in official FIBA play. So an opportunity to make it 40-0 here today. They defeated Belgium yesterday, 98-65. Or excuse me, it was 84-75 by 9. Right now they lead Puerto Rico by 22. And we'll start things off here in the 3rd quarter. Same lineup that started things in the 1st. Thomas, too easy, takes the left lane.
Way very easy. And USA is starting the game as they know they can dominate in the inside.
There is a clear height advantage here. Team USA's average height is 6 feet. That is 5 inches taller than Puerto Rico. Gray open look, wing deep shot won't go. Rosado pulling it down. Here comes the jump. Durante seeing lots of white. Holds on to it. Guatmi, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Floater goes up, it's in.
Seven points for Jasmine.
Jumper right on the free throw line, won't go down for Lloyd. Thomas pounces. Guatmi again, this time a little bit further, in and out. High, low, into Hamby. Everybody crashes, doesn't matter. Hamby gets it to go down and one.
You got to give all the credit to Hamby, the way she sealed her defensive player. Beautiful basketball. Look how she sealed Jasmine. She owns the paint right now.
3-point play complete for Hamby. She's got 8 here today. Durante spinning, looking for help. Quinones from 3. There it is. Isalis Quinones delivers.
And Isalis like to play front in the basket. She's not the type of player that will have a lot of post moves. She leaps more from offensive rebounds and from the three-point line.
Gray through traffic, right up the gut. Hamby coming in behind her. Hamby's in double digits.
Yes, she have 10.
Garantes one-on-one, blocked. Great hands by Lloyd. Again, Hamby being lurky down there on the block. Seems like everything's designed to be touched.
To finish by her.
O'Neal pull up J, 3, yes! Jennifer O'Neal with an answer.
And 2 threes on a roll for Puerto Rico.
Lead cut down to 19. They started down by 22 this quarter. And Garante's ripping it from Gray. O'Neal pumps, fakes, hands over. Last touch by Puerto Rico. I'm not sure what she saw there, Natalia.
Reeves with the red shirt. That's exactly what she saw. It was Coach Reeves. That's a replay there. Great basket by Jennifer. Because the only player, the only person that was there was the coach.
What an advantage for Team USA at this point. Garantes gets a screen from Quinones. They wanted a double dribble call. No, O'Neal to Quinones, drills it. That has been a money shot for Isalis.
Yes, and she's in double figures. She have 12.
And that right there is going to force Team USA to take a timeout. Puerto Rico going toe-to-toe here in the third.
Oh, Cheryl needed, Coach Cheryl needed a timeout, I think, to organize a little bit more the defense. They are very too passive right now. Puerto Rico is looking way too comfortable during the fast break. Let's see what happened in the last play. Girantes was trying to attack, no luck there. Great pass by Jennifer. Isalis was right there, estaba ahí, boom, 2 puntos, so 2 points. Girantes for Jennifer again from another angle.
Assertive and there's no screen, you get over the top. We're not just going to back up to say we're going to switch. Right. They're playing harder than we are. Dictate. Dictate. Okay, let's go 51. At a delay. 51. Ariel in this corner. Jewel in this corner. Okay, 51. 51.
Cheryl Reeves spelling it out right there. Go out there and dictate, because Puerto Rico right now is playing harder than Team USA.
That's exactly what she said. And you know, I'm not surprised to see who in the court back. Kelsey Plum. Every time USA have problems or they look a little weak on the court, Kelsey Plum will come in. And as a matter of fact, something that we didn't say yesterday, she was perfect. She was 5 from the field, 2 from the 3-point line, and she was perfect from the free throw line, 4-4.
Thomas with a nice take and forcing her will in the paint. O'Neal with the handles to Guatmi. Creating some space, and she hits it for 2, a very long 2. But I love the way O'Neal and Guatmi spread the court out. Here's Plum. Hesitation, pump fake through 4 red jerseys. Hamby to Thomas. And here comes Rosado.
Kelsey. Great basket by Alicia Thomas there.
Thomas. McBride has it. She'll get it back. High, low. Streaking was Hamby. No, Atkins for the putback on the weak side. 5 different players touching that ball before it drops.
That was beautiful.
Oh, wow. Atkins going after the passing lane. Guathmy skips it over. I love this matchup. Plum on O'Neal. Hamby denying everything. Guathmy still gets it. Pull up right on Hamby's face. No. USA moving down court. Rosado on Plum. And Thomas staying in the middle there. Atkins shots, a miss. Hamby in there, falls to the floor. Foul's called.
She follows the ball all the time.
This one going against Guathmy. And Hamby will go off the court, take a breather. Natasha Howard steps on. Kelsey Plum, the 3-on-3 gold medalist. Inbound safely. Cutter, Howard gets them sleeping again.
Perfect play.
Lead back out to 23. Garantes one-on-one with Atkins. She'll take her, laying on the left. A beauty! Garantes here for Puerto Rico with 9 points. Plum, the feed to Howard. She'll keep her eye on the basket. Other side kicks it out. Hard fall for Atkins. Hustled right into the hands of McBride. And Plum resets. 5 seconds on the shot clock. High-low is what they were going for. Guathmy knocks it away.
Good defense by Jasmine Guathmy there, denying the pass. Arela Girantes attacking, Atkins on her defense. She attacked through the left, but used her right hand to shot the ball.
USA picking up Puerto Rico full court. First look we've seen. There's the pressure, the double. Howard, Atkins, a part of it. Scooping right here behind you. Give and go Atkins through lots of bodies.
And another turnover that USA convert on points. That's turnover number 13 for Puerto Rico. Great defense right there. Doubling on the player. Going to the fast break. Amazing pass. What a way to fill that lane. Beautiful.
And Atkins makes the extra point. Ariel Atkins with 12 points here today. 16 minutes on the floor for Team USA. O'Neal calling for some help here. It's as if USA just turned the switch on their defense. Guathmy, fadeaway is off. Atkins, top of the key. Looked like a practice shot. Garantes loses it. Plum's there for the putback. The payoff for Plum.
And she had 4.
Kelsey Plum putting herself in the right position at the right time. Garantes sliding past Atkins. Jones takes the shot deep on the wing, not looking back. 3 for Jones.
And that's her, yeah, she have 9. That's her first 3-pointer of the game.
Atkins left alone. Lefty drills it. That's hard, 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 Natalia.
Yeah, well, it's good that Puerto Rico have that 3-point shot, but then you got to have stops, and Atkins is the one that you cannot leave open.
Puerto Rico calling a timeout here to catch their breath.
Kelsey Plum was right there. Her points are 3 and 4. Arela attacking to Jones. She relocates very well. Good pass. The defense collapsed. Atkins was open. Boom.
That's you. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 screens first to get Arella, right?
Where?
2 screens.
I'm
To
down.
you. See, yes, you're here. Okay? So Bree's going to be the first one. Make a screen to you. But you're going to do this. Screen. You come in like that. Screen. Then you are getting to the same side. And as soon as you make that screen, turn away, make a screen to Jasmine. Jasmine, pop out.
They're going to switch that.
So we just heard from Jerry Batista. His team down 26 points. It's 70-44 with 20:23 to play in the third quarter.
But it's been a good third quarter for Puerto Rico. First one was all USA 33-8. Second one was Puerto Rico 19-16. And this one is only 21-17 USA. So it's been better for Puerto Rico, you know, while the game it's going on.
Plum and O'Neal, the top 2 guards on the floor for each team. O'Neal trying to shake Plum. Galante is back to Jones. Pump fake. Shot goes up. No, misses. Bride
defense.
there. The pass. A little too much as it was intended for Brianna Jones.
And something that USA have done to the Lions have been taking care of the ball. That's only their 4th turnover of the game.
And the defensive assignment has changed here a couple times in the third quarter. And the body contact coming from Natasha Howard. That will be Team USA's 2nd team foul. Another miscue here by O'Neal, but it looks like it was last touched by USA. So we get an inbound here for the team that is trailing. 9 seconds on the shot clock. It does not reset. USA active in those passing lanes. Shot clock violation. We're rolling with Howard. Plum said that she really tried to stay in shape. What she wanted to offer to this team is her ability to set the pace and the tone. And she's done that so far, especially against Belgium yesterday. Cleaning up, down in the paint, knocked away Isalis Quinones. Had a touch on Jones' attack.
And USA keep dominating the offensive rebounds, the second chances. They have 13 offensive rebounds. And Sofia Roma is in. Isalis Quinones went to the bench.
Alicia Gray hits the first free throw. Gray, Dolson, the other Gray, Chelsea Gray, and Plum. Part of that 3-on-3 team that won gold in the Olympics. And this is where USA gets to really work on those defensive schemes. Hilaire on Plum. Gwaltney trying to tell her teammates, keep moving. Things only get tight when you stop moving. Jones, pull-up jumper. Ill-advised shot. McBride will get it back to Plum. Pull up, no, she's gonna feed. That one knocked away, intended for Howard. She stays with it. Little mini high-low session here with Jones. Back to Howard. Howard on the floor.
Very smart. Howard gave the ball inside, but she didn't stood just in the line. She gave her teammate a choice for a pass by attacking the baskets.
So with 24.8 seconds left here in the third quarter, we're going to see some more free throws.
USA is shooting very well from the free throw line. They are 12 of 13, 92%.
You jinxed them, Natalia.
I did. I always do.
They can hear us. We're very close to the court.
But not bad. They are still 12 of 14.
There, keeping the dribble. Garantes and McBride in the corner knocks it away.
Almost, almost. It was almost yours. Yeah, I think her leg.
Here we go, Garantes on McBride. I like this matchup. Talk about one-on-one basketball. Garantes trying to create, no shot, no whistle. That's the end of the third quarter. It's USA 73, Puerto Rico 44. USA pushing the lead out to 29 as they continue to not let up on defense.
Arela Girantes to Jennifer O'Neal. Jump shot. Effective. Arela's again. To Jennifer. Jennifer to Isalis. Mid-range shot. Plum to Alicia Thomas. Inside. Natasha Howard. Way to move the ball. Isalis. Jones. Jones. Arela attacking. Nice layup. Arela again. Great defense by USA. Alicia on the run. To Ariel Atkins. Nice.
A look at the stats through three quarters here. USA dominating. Although in the three-point percentage stat now with what we saw from Puerto Rico, they were able to take that category after the first 30 minutes, but a lot of high stakes on the game in this contest. And remember, scan this QR code on your screen for complete coverage of the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournaments. That will take you to the official FIBA website. You'll find a comprehensive blend of content, including latest news, stats, photo galleries, and video highlights. And don't forget to follow us on social media at FIBA WWC on Instagram and Twitter. You get behind the scenes photos, a lot of fun activities with the players and coaches, outtakes from interviews. The social team here and digital crew has had a lot of fun. And if you're a basketball fan, you need to get over there right now. FIBA WWC at Twitter and Instagram.
And so far, USA 18 points from turnovers, 21 from fast breaks, 20 in second chances, 42 points in the paint, and 33 points from the bench.
Hilaire gets it out of there in a hurry, scooping up, reading the play, coast to coast she goes, Alicia Gray.
And you really have to admire that they are not looking at the score. Their energy level, especially on the defensive side, it's been 100% always.
Well, you can bet too, Cheryl Reeve is setting goals within in this game.
Yes.
Really testing these players to show her why they deserve to stay on this roster. USA pushing the tempo. Gray cross court to McBride. She goes in for the rebound on the weak side, keeps the dribble. Those 3x3 skills coming on display for Gray. McBride looks for the cut. Turnaround jumper misses, but she hits the deck and will get to shoot a pair.
Yeah, Kayla, it's too small to guard her. It was small for her to try to attack her. There you see it. An escape on fast break from Alicia Gray.
Garantes goes to the bench. Guatmi back on, as is O'Neal. Short breather, just a minute into the fourth quarter here.
And so far, Alicia's perfect from the free throw line. She's 3 of 3. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about the free throws anymore, Despina. Don't look at me like that.
Alicia had 7 points yesterday against Belgium. The 27-year-old plays for the Dallas Wings and is a University of South Carolina alum. Mitchell all over Hilaire. Roma, quick pump fake. Ball keeps moving, foul away from the basket.
And that was an offensive foul. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Howard takes Quinones. And she's the first one to raise her hand. Yep, I delivered the foul. Had to do something because Howard's too strong.
Yeah, I will raise my hand too. You don't want to get Natasha Howard upset. Yes, it was me.
This Team USA team arrived a little early here in Washington, D.C. They had a 3-day mini training camp where they narrowed their roster down to 12 players. And what you're looking at is a completely different roster than what we saw at the AmeriCup. Well, Natalia, you tell me this. No, none of these were on the Olympic gold team. We had a couple of the 3x3 team members. But clearly, and Coach Reed talked about it yesterday, there's a transition happening with this Team USA roster. And you're seeing almost a changing of the guard right in front of you.
Yes, there you see the repetition of Isalis. And yes, great defense by USA.
Mitchell inside, Jones. Look at the ball movement. Lloyd decides to take the shot. Jones gets the rebound, back up she goes. Tip is hers. A lot of stats she racked up in that possession.
And now the offensive rebound, and Jasmine is hurt there. And this, Despina, you were saying they were at the training camp, and they were 17 players there. But before, let's see this replay. A lot of hustle there. Oh, dangerous. She's going to the locker room. Mari Placido will go into the game for her. 17 players were there, so they had to cut 5 players. And the team was selected, it's a committee. The team was selected by the USA Women's National Team Selection Committee, which is chaired by Connecticut Sun President Jennifer Risotti.
Hilaire tries to dish it out. Too many hands in the lane there for USA. They're just longer and stronger. Brianna Jones stays with it. Scrappy defense from O'Neal. It doesn't matter. Jones wants the call. She gets the 2.
And she have 10.
5 rebounds and 10 points for Jones. Guatmi, mismatch here. She's got the speed factor over Jones. Lets it rip. 2 for Guatmi.
Very smart. She knows when to attack. She knows when to pass the ball. Her shot selection is well thought.
Mitchell, why not? Placido with the rebound for Puerto Rico. O'Neal, little dribble sidestep, goes in, knew she could shake Howard.
She have 8.
And I remember her at Kentucky.
I remember her, yes, as well, from a very young age.
Guns a-blazing. Placido. Nearly to halfway of the court, and she hits it.
I have to tell you about Mari Placido. Mari Placido was retired from the team, and because they didn't have players to come in to play in this tournament, she said yes. And right before the game, you know what she told me, Despina?
What?
She told me, Natalia, I hope I at least get to make 1 3-point.
Well,
so I know
got
she's
it.
happy, yes.
Thomas won't get it up in time. That won't count. They counted it.
They did. I'm surprised.
No review. Under 5 to play here in the 4th quarter. You're watching the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. 16 teams competing for the final 12 spots across the globe to compete in Sydney in the World Cup later this year. Natalia Melendez, Despina Barton here with you in the booth. And that's another 3-pointer by Alicia Gray.
And she have done it all. Huge, huge tonight. That's her first 3-pointer of the game.
Lloyd here on O'Neal, boxing her out, the shot off. Howard keeps it in motion for Team USA. Oh, give and go right through her hands.
It was good intentions, bad luck, like too strong.
Checking back in is Garantes and Rosado. Everybody checking out their assignments now with the change of lineup. And the officials are
So we are checking
gonna
anytime
review.
situation, 2 3-point shot from the point, 3-point shot from the top of the 3-point.
So Natalia, they're gonna take another look at this and ensure that it was a 3-pointer.
No, this one.
No, it's from the white team.
Ah, they're reviewing Team USA's 3 that was at the buzzer
I
of the
think
shot
so.
clock.
This one you.
No, it's from here, from the key.
From the key.
This one,
Yes.
this one.
Can we see? Can we zoom this camera, please? Yeah, good, good. Can we go back a little bit?
They want to see if she's stepping
Good.
on.
So it is conclusive. So it's conclusive that she's stepping on line. We agree it's a 2-point.
2 points.
No, they count it.
Okay.
Let's correct it.
Yeah. So it's a 2-point. Stepping on the line, 2-point. Correct.
What is kind of strange, Natalia, and I think you're seeing what I'm seeing, is the ball was still in her hands when.
Yeah. And that's something Jerry was saying, but
So instead, they're going to take 1 point away from Team USA, but they are going to count it. And we're seeing some claw marks there on Brianna Jones' shoulders. Yeah, it's been physical.
War marks. Yeah. There's no other way to play against USA. You have to Play really hard because these girls are tough.
Galante is going at Gray. Jumper being contested. And USA slowing down a bit here in the final 3.5. Gray takes it in herself, lay-ins on the left.
And she have 13.
Quinones comes up for the screen. Dolson, wow, very hard to see past the center, who came all the way out in Garantes. Mitchell. Garantes right at Dolson. And now we're just gonna get some laps in. Dolson had a deep ball yesterday against Belgium. Howard drawing the contact on the block.
Using her shoulder, her strength to post a Mari Placido.
So the last time these two teams met was in the AmeriCup Championship, and Natalia, you and I were there. Remember the lights went out in the third, I think it was the third or the fourth quarter.
They did.
And the game was so close at that point.
Puerto Rico was going. Yeah, and you remember that dance?
They had a dance off.
They did. It was fun though. The way the players reacted to the whole situation. It was not only that the lights went off at the gym. It was like the whole city. Not something that happens very often, but it happens in the middle of a game.
Natasha Howard now with 7 points, 5 rebounds in this contest. Rosado sticking with it. Placido rips it from deep, pulled down by Jones. Spin and shoot, baseline unsuccessful. She's staying with it. Dolson picks it up. Plum back on the floor. A great facilitator and a whistle away from the ball. Going against Puerto Rico, number 22, Aurea Garantes.
No, it was against, yeah, I was confused too. I think it was an offensive foul from Natasha Howard there. She used her elbow on Mari.
So Mari. And a lot of substitutions being made here in the final minute 50.
And Paulette and Frances are stepping on the floor for the first time in the tournament.
In hopes of getting some touches here, Natalia, before they face Russia.
So what, I'm sorry?
Some touches here for some of the players.
Probably, yeah. I think, you know, they were very aware of the reason why they were coming to this tournament. It's just to get this type of minutes. But for Puerto Rico, playing USA definitely will prepare them when they face Russia, because this is a high-quality team.
.90 seconds left in this contest. Rosado pulling up the deep ball. A miss. Howard waits for her teammates. Mitchell goes straight to the baseline.
Nice.
Sayonara, sucker!
That was nice. Fun.
Yeah, Puerto Rico will get on a plane now and head down to the Caribbean. While Mitchell keeps running the floor, man. There is one speed to Mitchell, and that is go fast.
And she's having so much fun, Kelsey Mitchell right now. The player from the Connecticut Sun. She was also the defensive player of the year. She had experience in Korea, Turkey, Czech Republic.
Gonzalez being guarded by Dolson. Scoops right past her. Dolson keeps up high, and the points go down for the much smaller 5'6" Michelle Gonzalez. Plum takes baseline, gives it up to Mitchell. Howard there, nearly tipped it back. We'll get the rebound. Not the points, though. And Rosado head down, right at Plum. The captain of this Puerto Rican squad, Pamela Rosado, 35 years old. A professor, Natalia. She works a full-time job.
Yes, right now in the court, there's a professor, a lawyer. Frances, number 441, who just was celebrating. She posted on Instagram her second master's degree on public relations.
And Rosado, the inbound off the bum of USA. Delivering an extra bucket before time expires. You gotta love it from the veteran, right?
I miss it because I was looking at you. I want to see it again.
We're gonna show it to you again. But the final score, Team USA 93, Puerto Rico 55. And just what you ordered, Natalia, another look.
Nice. And Kelsey couldn't believe it.
You know, listen, basketball's a lot of fun, guys.
It is.
And when you're winning, you know, like Cheryl Reeves' team is, as the opponent, you got to get some wins, right? And that was a fun way to close this out. All hugs between these two powerhouses. USA stays unbeaten.
A lot of fans here, not only from USA, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans living in Washington
and
as well.
Yeah, lots of Puerto Rican fans in the stands as Team USA here prepares to officially get their qualification to Sydney, Australia, and the 2022 World Cup. They'll be organizing a mini presentation, and as they do that, Natalia, we'll take a look at the final stats here.
Great shooting by USA from the field, 60%, because from the three-point line, they were not that effective, only 17%. 5 of 28 rebounds, 49-34, 15 rebounds difference there. Atkins, Grading, Jones in double figure. Quiñones and Guatmi, 12 and 11, and Jones finished with 9.
USA, they come here to Washington, D.C. They are the host nation. They go on to defeat Belgium 84-75 yesterday and then take care of Puerto Rico here tonight, 93-55. They are putting on all their World Cup gear because, ladies,
That is so pretty.
that is your next stop, a part of Team USA. And Natalia, they were showing us these hats yesterday.
They were designed specifically for them, and they wanted to do something high quality, the best of the best, and only 12 people or 12 teams from the world can say they have one. That is an exclusive hat, and that's the way to treat women's basketball. It's with exclusive stuff. That's wonderful. We saw it. We saw it live, and it's beautiful, and I'm so jealous right now. I want one of those.
Team USA. They will now give some love to their fans. But they knew they wanted to show the nation a few things and the world a few things. That this new roster.
You want to know which World Cup this will be for the USA? World Cup number 18. 18. They've been in the Olympics 11 times. 7 times in the World Cup. This will be their 18. From those 17 World Cups that they have been, they have 15 gold medals. 53-57, 71-86, 1998, 2002, 2010, 2014, and 2018.
USA, they got their selfie in, they have their hats, and this is how they did it in the second half. A lot of team ball as they saw a fiery punch from Puerto Rico in the third. Guatmis got activated, and they knew it wouldn't be easy. Puerto Rico wasn't going to just back down.
Yeah, they are maybe not as talented as this USA team, but they will play hard. They did what they could do. You know, I think everybody is aware of how powerful this USA team is and has been in the future, and that will be for the rest, for many, many years to come. Again, great pass on the inside. Jones. Tuarela. Nice layup. Arela. Good defense. They escape on a fast break. Good pass. Atkins with the basket. Jones. Again. Alicia Gray. Boy for three. No good. Another offensive rebound. Brianna Jones. Jasmine. Pull-up jumper. Was good. Jennifer. Step back. Still count. Alicia. To Kelsey Mitchell. To Brianna Jones. Pamela, that was the last play of the game. Threw the ball to Kelsey Plum's back. Smart, veteran, has been with the national team for a long time. That's how she got her first 2 points of the game.
And all smiles as Team USA takes this one in a convincing fashion. USA stays unbeaten in this FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022 qualifying tournament. In fact, advanced to a record of 40-0 in FIBA play. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico will try to pick up the pieces, Natalia. They face Russia on Monday at 6 p.m. This is a current look at the standings. We talked about this. 16 teams across the globe, specifically 4 here in Group D. 3 of these teams will advance, so a lot more to shake out over the next couple of days in Santo Domingo. USA, their fate is settled here in Washington, D.C. For Natalia Melendez, I'm Despina Barton. We say goodbye and good night from Washington, D.C. in the entertainment and sports arena. USA all the way. The final score, USA 93, Puerto Rico 55. Natalia. Natalia, you packing up? Let's go.
Job done.